Dr. Quinn, the state's 8 public universities do plan to welcome students back in August. How's the campus experience likely to change?
Well, the Board of Trustees of our state's institutions of higher learning, they passed a resolution just last month, and this resolution had many objectives, 3 of which I really want to touch on. The first one was provide a safe environment for students and employees. The second is to follow recommendations of health experts, such as social distancing, and there was a lot of verbiage such as on campus, decrease class sizes, decrease individuals in the dormitories. When they go to have their lunch, instead of eating in a big hall full of students, eat outside, out in the yard, spread out, or in the dorms, wearing masks and other just very safety precautions. But what I really liked was the language of maintaining flexibility during this very fluid pandemic, because they understand that in order to provide the ultimate safety, they have to be flexible in the rules because things are changing every day, and we have to be ready to make those changes in the interest of safety for their kids.
Gotta be nimble. Well, what should students and their parents be on the lookout for when they go back to class?
Well, for the grade school kids, the Mississippi State Department of Education released guidelines with 3 options. And the superintendents, along with the school boards of each district, have the ability to choose which option they would feel best fits their district based on the needs and capabilities of the district. Now, I spoke with a superintendent and we talked about the different options. The first is the traditional option. Now, this is basically when the students are in the classroom, but she described it where there's a scenario where the students are in the classroom, they sit in the same desk all day, and when it's time for classes to change, the teachers will change, leaving the kids in the classroom. That way it decreases the individuals coming into contact with their students, but also wearing masks and doing different type of screening before school every day for safety. Now, the second option, which I like the most, is the hybrid option. In this scenario, the districts would be divided up. Say, for instance, Group A would be half of the children in a district, and Group B would be the other half. And Group A would go to class on maybe Monday and Wednesday, and Group B would go on Tuesday and Thursday. And when children are in school, the other group would be at home doing distant learning. I like that option because they still get some face time, but it decreases the number of children, which decreases the ability for them to come into so much contact, which could definitely help, along with the other precautionary measures that are recommended by the CDC. The last is the virtual reopening, and that's where all the students just stay at home as they did this past spring and just do the virtual learning on computers. I didn't like that option as much, but for some districts, that might be more feasible. So it's interesting to find out. I did have a patient who is in the PTA, and she said that they actually got an opportunity to vote to share their interest as the parents. So it's very exciting, and the most important thing is we have to put safety first.
All right, Dr. Timothy Quinn, he practices family medicine in Ridgeland, Mississippi. Doctor, thank you for spending a few minutes with us this afternoon.
Hey.
You're watching 12 News at Noon.